you now? Welcome to the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show, you big bunch of beautiful Bob Bradleys. I'm the big beefy boy, Shaz Beef. And I'm delighted to have you here, to be honest, as we dive into the bizarre back alleys of professional wrestling.
He just hit Roddy Piper!
Today's episode is about a promotion that didn't just go off the rails, it actually just built a new set of rails, then set them on fire, and then used the flames to try and brand Virgil. We look into the absolute insane Ultimate Warrior, and we also touch upon the Klan.
Who knows what's gonna happen? Who does know what's gonna happen?
This is the story of Warrior, the Klan, and the National Wrestling Conference. The NWC began in 1994 in Las Vegas, a city built on the principle of, what if we did something ridiculous and charged admission for it?
What the fuck was that?
The founder, T.C. Martin, established a roster of ex-WWE stars and indie darlings. And the early NWC shows were actually decent. Cactus Jack, Terry Funk, Sabu. It worked. Crowds packed the Silver Nugget and the Aladdin. They're casinos.
But you only have your fucking casino because I made that possible.
But to grow the company even more, T.C. Martin decided to gamble bigger than anyone in Vegas ever has. He called the Ultimate Warrior.
Why? Tell me why!
Warrior hadn't been seen really since he departed the WWF, but he was still charging about 10 grand a booking. But thanks to a favor owed to trainer Bill Anderson, Warrior agreed to work the NWC for $1,000 and a business deal to relaunch Warrior University.
The rumor has it, you think you got what it takes to be a pro wrestler.
His wrestling school.
Fuck!
The Ultimate Warrior Wrestling School.
Like you're shitting over a hole.
The setup was the honky-tonk man started bragging about being the greatest intercontinental champion of all time. And sure, who did he lose the belt to? He only lost to the Ultimate Warrior. Everyone remembers that SummerSlam moment. So let's just repeat it. Years later, cinema. July 22nd, 1995, the Ultimate Return. And to be fair, a huge crowd did show up, about 2,000 people, just for Warrior's first US match in years. He ends up winning, great turnout, big buzz, NWC looking strong, and then the WWF had to just stop all the fun.
Son of a bitch! Take me to him! Come on! Go, 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 go!
You bunch of bastards. They sent an 11-page fax.
These go to 11.
That's a fucking novel, boys. But WWE owned the trademark to the Ultimate Warrior. That's why eventually Jim Hellwig changed his name to this.
The Ultimate Warrior, formerly the Ultimate Warrior. Warrior has been Warrior, Mr. Nobody knows about.
That was his legit fucking name. He was a crazy person. And look, before I go into more Warrior slander, he was my favorite wrestler growing up. I was buzzing when he was returning to WWF, but he seemed like a legit jackass.
Queering doesn't make the world work.
Anyway, WWF was basically saying, we don't care if you just call him the Warrior, he looks a lot like our fucking Warrior. Unlike when he returned actually at WrestleMania 8 and everyone thought the legit Warrior was dead. That was the thing, he just looked so different. But anyway, the TV station was supposed to edit him out, but then they ended up playing like highlights because of course they fucking did. After spending money on this. You know, this is a chance to establish the NWC. But this wasn't the only thing happening in the NWC. Amongst cool matches between like Terry Funk and Virgil, for some fucking reason, and the Cactus Jack and Sabu, the Klan show up. Yeah. The Klan as in the Ku Klux ones.
How you doing? You're gonna love this neighborhood. Every single house here recycled.
On the Night of Champions show, Virgil is wrestling the Thug. The Thug walks out in a KKK hood. Then another man in a full KKK outfit reveals himself as Jin the Anvil Neidhart. They assault Virgil, they wrap the robe into a noose and try hanging him with him. This aired on fucking television. Let's slow that down. They booked a Klan attack. Like, sometimes people describe things as so bad it's good.
Not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
This was not that. This was pretty fucking offensive and fairly baffling. And even for wrestling standards, who have always flirted with bad taste.
Vince Russo. Hello, Vince.
Go check out all the other videos in this bizarre series. And speaking of bizarre stories, here's a word from today's sponsor. Juggalo Championship Wrestling, yes, the Insane Clown Posse's wrestling promotion presents Lunacy every week on YouTube. A new weekly wrestling show, because we fucking need it, and written by Vince Russo. Nah, fuck that. Fuck it, cut sponsorship, we're done. I am not promoting another wrestling endeavor by Vince fucking Russo, bro. Fuck that shit. Like, in fairness, he does give me content for this channel, but there's no way I can actually get behind this. I know people like this part of the videos, but nah. Anyway, back to the video. The NWC, they were just going all gung-ho, just running fucking head first into a fire with gasoline. And then, shockingly, as if they sensed a moral event horizoning approaching, one of the investors pulled out.
That says X in Ferris. Save yourself.
Now that should have been a sign to stabilize.
No.
Instead, TC Martin decided to partner with the incredibly reliable Ultimate Warrior.
Stupid idiot.
Idiot!
Warrior, energized by the big crowds, decided it was time to leave his mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
In the week leading up to this big debut as co-owner, Ultimate Warrior missed a shit ton of radio interviews. Claimed his car broke down on his trip from Arizona, arrived 12 hours late, blocked the phone in his hotel room so nobody could reach him, demanded the sponsorship checks, no-showed more appearances, got angry that the hotel marquee advertised Oingo Boingo instead of him, and then just fucked out of Las Vegas entirely. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No, shit has proper repercussions, motherfucker.
Warrior basically talked his way into getting to the box office and stole the gate receipts from the box office that night at the Aladdin. So the boys weren't getting paid that night.
And all of that seems like exactly something Ultimate Warrior would do.
I understand that there comes times in everyone's life when they may regret certain things that they should. This
Warrior later claimed he left over his cut of the ticket money, but the damage was fucking done. The TV show collapsed. It's called Slammin'. Expansions plans evaporated. Bankruptcy loomed. The promotion went from a hot new indie to a cautionary tale in like 6 months. And it obviously didn't fucking help that infamous clan angle that already turned the NWC into a punchline.
That's dumb. That is a dumb, stupid, dumb idea.
No.
Dumb.
Even in the anything goes 90s, the question of how tasteless can a promotion get was not meant to be answered by a wrestling show involving Jim fucking Neidhart in a KKK hood. Like, some critics genuinely call it one of the most offensive storylines ever aired.
Extremely offensive.
And suddenly, the NWC wasn't known for Terry Funk, Sabu, Cactus Jack, Rob Van Dam. It was known for a Warrior no-show and spectacularly self-destructive creative. By 1998, it was over. Las Vegas moved on. The world moved on. In the end, the NWC stands as one of those rare wrestling promotions that didn't just veer off the road. It took a hard left into the fucking desert, accelerated, and went straight off a fucking cliff. Is there cliffs in Las Vegas? I don't fucking know. It wasn't normal, it wasn't polished, but it was unforgettable in the way that only wrestling at its most unfiltered can be. Every decision feels like a fucking product of a Hunter S. Thompson fever dream no one bothered to wake up from. And that's why this story deserves to be remembered. Not because it was successful, but because it showcased the full spectrum of wrestling's capacity for brilliance and absurdity existing in the exact same fucking space. And as long as there's promoters with big ideas and questionable judgment, a story like this will continue to exist, reminding us that wrestling will always find a way to get stranger.
It's still real to me, damn it!
That was the story of the Ultimate Warrior, the Clan, and the National Wrestling Conference. The name kind of fucking sucks, doesn't it? Not as bad as the WFWS show, which stands for the Wrestling Fan Wrestling Show. And this is what this is. I've been the big beefy boy, Shaz Beef. Until next time, remember that it's all fun and games until someone gets hit in the head with a steel chair. Stay safe, stay sane.
Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you ringside for more great action in the NWC.